guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I asked you if you would be interested in a YouTube video where I show you meals and recipes with pantry ingredients only. So no fresh produce, only pantry ingredients. And I think it was like 99% of you who wanted me to do that, so of course I'm gonna do it for you. And for me it is a fun challenge to do that, because I normally would use tons of fresh produce, but now I can't do that. I really hope that this video will be helpful for you and that you get a lot of inspiration. I know that a lot of you are at home, and I have received so many messages from you that you are at home and you want to try out some new recipes and you want to cook healthy food and take care of yourself, which I love. I'm gonna make three like main meals, so breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then I'm also gonna make like a snack thing with only 3 ingredients, so stay tuned for that. All of these recipes you can find in my app, and you can also find, I think, some of them in my recipe ebook. Okay, so let's get started. For this one we need some buckwheat groats, some dates and cinnamon and cardamom, and some plant milk. You want to soak the buckwheat groats overnight, and I always use some fresh dates, but you can also use medjool dates. If you use medjool dates, you can soak them in hot water for like 5 minutes and then drain. You will blend this until it becomes creamy, and you can do this without a Vitamix. You can also do it in your food processor or in like a regular blender. We will need some crushed tomatoes, some cashew nuts, nutritional yeast, dried oregano, dried basil, and some salt and pepper. You want to soak the cashew nuts like 5 minutes in hot water if you don't have a high-speed blender. And a high-speed blender, I mean a blender with 900 watts or more. And this recipe calls for fresh basil, but since we're doing pantry version, I'm going with some dried basil. It works just as fine. And we want to mix this until it becomes very creamy. If you don't have a high-speed blender, just have some patience. I promise you it will be worth it. You can also try to make it in your food processor if you have. And then we're gonna use some pasta. You can use either regular like whole wheat spaghetti like these, or you can also use whatever gluten-free pasta you like. This is chickpea pasta. You boil the pasta, you drain it, and then you transfer the sauce into the pasta, and then you stir to combine until it forms a creamy and very, very delicious pasta. are gonna need some oat flour and some peanut butter and also some maple syrup. You can easily make your own oat flour by blending rolled oats in a blender. It takes like 5 seconds. You can also use whatever nut butter you want, or if you're allergic to nuts, you can also use like tahini or sunflower butter. So we're gonna combine these ingredients until it becomes like a sticky paste, which you can later form into a big bar. So on parchment paper, you're gonna transfer the dough and you're gonna form it into a giant bar, which we are later gonna put into the fridge for maybe an hour or like 30 minutes even. While you have it in your fridge, we're gonna melt some chocolate, and here I'm using a vegan dark chocolate. So we're gonna melt it in a water bath. You can also do it in your microwave, and then we're gonna let the chocolate cool off a bit before we put it onto the bar. When both the chocolate and the bar has cooled off a bit, we're gonna add the chocolate on top. Then we're gonna put the bar into the fridge again for about 10 to 15 minutes until the chocolate is firm. And then we're just gonna cut it up into bars. For dinner, we are gonna need some chickpeas, canned coconut milk, sweet potatoes, soy sauce, spices, tomato paste and curry powder, and some lime juice. So we're gonna cut up the sweet potato in cubes, and the smaller you cut them, the quicker this meal will go because they will cook faster. And we're gonna add some coconut milk. I use full fat coconut milk. The spices are garlic powder, onion powder and some ginger powder, and then tomato paste and curry powder. And then stir to combine, and we want the sweet potatoes to be covered so that they can be cooked. So I'm adding a little bit of water so that the sweet potatoes are covered. Then we stir to combine again, and we bring it to a simmer, and then we add in the drained chickpeas, stir to combine, and then let it simmer for about 15 or 10 minutes depending on how big potatoes you have. In my recipe in the app, I'm also using some fresh bell pepper and some fresh spinach, but since again this is a pantry friendly meals, I'm not gonna use that, and you can use that if you want. And don't forget to stir it once in a while so that it doesn't burn in the bottom. In the end of the cooking process, you are gonna add some lime juice to it. Then you're gonna keep letting it simmer for a while, and don't forget to stir. I'm gonna serve my curry with some boiled brown rice, but you can do as you want. You can use some quinoa, couscous, or whatever you want, or just eat as it is. And yeah, enjoy!